We now return to Let's Play City Skylines. Okay, where are we at? We need some industry. My computer is suddenly chunking along here. So let's go ahead and... I mean, really, these are so out of whack now in how it's shaped. I feel okay letting it kind of develop naturally. We'll do something like that to kind of help it out, diversify it a little bit. Okay, so that should grow some stuff. Where are we left with? Okay, that just hasn't developed. Okay, well, so there's a few things here. So I just purchased what's it called? Cities XXL, Cities XXL. A game that the Cities XL stuff I've kind of ignored. Oh my god, speaking of ignored. Before we go ignoring anything else, let's take care of this. I'm actually going to move the metro station over to here. And let's actually get a metro station set up. First things first. What I was about to say, though, was that I have looked at... there we go. I have looked at the... oh yeah, I didn't... God, I'm sorry, distractions all over the place. I want to talk about this. I fixed this and used the Move It tool to allow myself to have a little bit of an under railroad tunnel here, which I'll probably fix with trees or something so it doesn't look so terrible. But we were having an issue where there were so many people coming in via train that they were actually coming to the station and blocking that road, and that was causing a little bit of severe traffic problems. Anyway, back to this. So... yeah, I was looking at the game and everything about it and all that, and I saw, you know what, let's make it come from here instead. I saw some of the ways that it builds districts and areas and such, and it has a very cool feature where it will sort of do like an autofill of, oh my god, come on. Are you for real? Why won't that connect up? Okay. So it does this really cool autofill thing, which creates some very interesting districts. We can let this go now. And so I thought about using some of that layout to create a new housing layout, but I will not be doing that just yet. What I'm going to do instead is save it for another area, but I did think about using it for this area up here. Basically what it is it lets me, and I gotta concentrate on this underground thing is probably the worst thing I could have done for this. So now we need to have another area. Let's have it poke out nowhere. So I'd like to actually have another station somewhere over here, which I guess we could. Well, having it poke out right there isn't super great. We'll do it anyway. What was I talking about? As if this crap isn't hard enough to see to begin with. That does really go out there, doesn't it? You know what? Maybe let's move this. Maybe a little further up. Probably not directly on the the intersection. It's a little bit better. You know, it could go a little bit further. Smooth out just a bit. It's fine. That'll work. That'll work. Let's create some stops. That's one. We need to get the water out here.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Maybe I should consider doing that at some point too, huh? That still doesn't help this. Okay, right into all those campers.
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Should probably think about doing that. Get a big shelter. In fact, I could do it down here. So we've got several shelters, in fact. But there is one in particular that is like a... Is it this? Yeah, there you go. The big Doomsday Vault. I'd kind of like it to go into one of these mountains. I think that would be really fitting. Unless I end up making the road here or something. Could cross in. Ooh. Getting a little tight here. Everyone wants to keep going this way. Which, you know, makes sense. That's about the only... Can't tell really which direction that's going. It might skirt right by us. All these tents are going to be in some real trouble here. I don't know, is there a better place to put this? Okay, whatever. We need to finish a few things. Let's get this stupid water going so I can get a thing. Fine. For now, it'll come up here. It's terrible, and but until I develop this area, well, there's no point. Okay, so we have a track there. I want another track. That's one metro line. I want another one. How do I make another one? Ooh. A little bit close for comfort there. Just a bit. And we're short on electricity. By a lot. What happened to my... Did I remove... Oh, okay. We will just...
A tornado has touched down in the area.
Drop another one.
Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Maybe we'll work on that fusion thing next. Okay, maybe get another industrial area up here. What does this look like? Pretty similar to the last one. Actually, let's pull it out of here and pull it out of there. And that can develop that way. And just like that, it's gone. But now we have an issue with this, so how do I fix that? doesn't have a repair tool like that. So you really can't do this. You really can't. You gotta delete it. That's freaking stupid. Oh wait, shit, I wasn't in the right thing. Well. I swear this game does this crap to vex me. Why won't you just bend? Anyway. Okay. What is missing out of these? These have just been dropping out because the commercial demand has been dying. That's all right. Let's see. I do want to put in some offices between here. I'll just kind of fill in the rest of this with the commercial then, I guess. Okay. So we got 2 train lines going here now. Metro Line 1 and Metro Line 2. Well, right now I'm just going to change the color so I can tell the difference. But it should be circulating around one way and then going the other. Got a lot of passengers there. And then what I'm going to eventually do is have, you know, the one that goes across. I'll have to put in several stops. I'll have the one that goes across, and then we will have... so how does that work then, if I want to do that? Or is it really going to have to go through this? Because I don't know if I can split the line. Like if I could split the line so that I can do that without having to go through every... Because otherwise, the only other way this is going to make sense is if you have a line split off here and come down here. Or have one come in here and then go through this one. Which actually, yeah, so maybe I'll have the rail come through here, and then that way, if they need to come over here, they'll use these lines. Okay. I have never been on a subway. I know nothing about Metro line layout. And I think I mentioned before, the only experience that I have, that I've even seen, was sort of a central loop, and then you have branches that kind of go through it. So they have to connect at stops at some point. So, but I think that'll work. I think if I branch it off here, then I can create a line that comes through there. I can create a line that goes through there. I'll be able to just do the spokes off of that. Okay, good. What else are we going to do here right now? We still have lots of industrial demand. I would like to maybe put in one of these big suckers. Maybe not the industrial steel. Okay, that's fairly alright size, I suppose. Toy factory. That would actually be really good, just as a single entity. You know, I'm okay with sacrificing this right here. Yeah, and then we'll come in here and give... Oh, wait a minute, let me... There you go. Put in a few beside it. The rubber ducky tiny toys. Anything but tiny. So they will be a customer for a lot of the plane stuff, and then they will be importing plastic, so that'll be cool. And it's not having a major impact upon our industry just yet for employees, but that's okay. I guess since this is going to be a sort of a half and half, we'll also give some of this away, except that I don't want it to develop there. So we'll do something like that. In fact, this is probably also going to be bad. If anything develops here, it's probably going to push that out. I guess we can change that at some point. I put up these fences along the way on some of the drive. Eventually, when this fills in a little bit more, maybe we'll go for a drive, spend an episode doing that. But let's finish an episode where I actually get something done. So I had a thought here. I want this to go through this area, go right past here, go over, and possibly connect up to this, but mostly so I have another route to connect there. And then we're going to have this thing come up here and connect in so that we have something to connect everybody else to. But first thing I want to do is move that garbage center up in here. Okay, so we gotta get you. And really, since this is going to be industrial, what does the industrial road look like? Oh my, that's quite a thing there, isn't it? Interesting that when it makes a bridge, it separates like that. That's okay though, I mean that works. Just gives us something a little bit different to look at, but it did kill the turn lane that I had here, didn't it? Although I don't know, I'm not really sure how much to expect for that. Let's put in the turn lane. Oh, there is a turn lane. Okay, yeah. So at least now we have that turn lane. Now that means I gotta go back in here and screw around with this again. There. Okay, so we have created yet another more complicated bridge. I am very glad to see the amount of traffic that we've got going on our rail lines now. That's pretty cool. And, oh yes, okay, right. Here's where this is going to be an issue. We need to actually first come do something like this, and then create some terrible thing here. There, and that is... Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, I mean... I don't need that. Okay, then we'll just kind of go, I guess we'll just go straight from here, why not? And, actually I'll pull it back here for just a minute. Because I'm not really sure. See, now that has a pretty precipitous drop there, so what I could do, instead of have this go straight, maybe have it go along this ridge line? Well, I want it to connect in somewhere. And I'll probably end up having the major road go here, so it doesn't have to go over that hill. So right about here will work anyhow. I'm just thinking about what I want this to do, because I obviously don't want to go in there. But I do want to have a road that might go to this over here. And depending on where that hill is, we might just end up making the bridge somewhere. This could go under the bridge? Whatever, we're not there yet. So let's look at what else I can use here. Put in the ultimate recycling plant. And, okay. What else do we have? We got a space elevator, a fusion plant, the Eden project, which I'm going to do something with. Medical center, gigantic medical center, the Hadron Collider. Alright, well, we'll make this a centerpiece of something anyhow. Come in here, we need to go to this. And we need to figure out where we're going to call an end to it. So I guess, I mean, it kind of dips like right here. This would be an alright place. Kind of go something like like that. Oh, dang it. I really wish I could figure out why I was doing that. The names keep squeezing together and I don't like it. So, I could make some kind of strange hemispherical thing here and then make it kind of go that way. That'll work. Although if we're gonna do it that way, then we may as well just have it go all the way and then just have an intersection rather than skirting around. You know, why not? Let's see. No. Okay. First things first, let's make this go straight like that. We'll come back here. Or where's it gonna hit that hill? Come right here. Wow. I think that's gonna be too close. You know what? We're probably not gonna need this much room, if I'm absolutely honest. This seems like it's going to be excessive for the amount of recycling and garbage. Too close. We're creating a ridgeline again, which I don't want. I may be a little too particular about that sort of thing, but it just really stands out when there is that shadow from the ridgeline, and I don't like it. That might be too narrow, but whatever. Kind of pull back here. And that creates a weird jank to that, but that's fine. Okay, let's put in the gigantic recycling center. It creates a massive amount of noise pollution, but fortunately it doesn't seem much else. Okay, now the real question is going to be how easy will it be to move this stuff? Very, very easy. So why is this big ol' ultimate recycling plant, why is this smaller than the new waste management stuff? Okay. So this is going to make a whole lot of sense. Maybe we could just connect her up here. Have the pipeway go up this way. Okay, hold on. Just a little bit of a pause there. We'll that go that way. And we'll just drag this up like so. That. Okay, so now the recycling management, or the garbage management, whatever, waste processor is closer to the door, so we can actually get out here. In that case, maybe we can pull this up here a bit. I see, that's okay. Won't get too anal about that. We're gonna come, I guess we can let it go now. And what we're not gonna have immediate access to, my God, would you just? I think is the landfill. We actually need all this stuff. This landfill, we don't actually need a landfill. We probably don't even need the large recycling center at this point. Yeah, I mean, if we're honest. Oh, so this one stays empty, but the others... Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of the large recycling center, seeing that we have one. Now this is probably It is producing a little bit of my electricity. Is it enough? Okay, without it, it's not enough to make a major difference. So just get rid of it and see if this is able to hold on. We have quite a bit of reserves. You know what? I'm going to put down a landfill anyway, just sort of as a fail-safe backup, and then I can come check on it every now and then. And my God, is this all? Oh no, I'm in the. It didn't default to the major tab. Then I can just come in and check on it, just to see. So is it poisoning the ground? Or is this just the area that it poisons the ground? Nah, whatever. The warning sign will be when it's like, oh my God, we're overflowing with garbage. So let's just knock this out. We don't need to get rid of that one, actually. In fact, since I don't plan to develop it, I can put windmills out here. Oh yeah, we hardly fell down at all on that one. So let's go ahead and just put a couple more down. Just so we have something out here structurally. And then we will come into this. And okay. So, I do kind of want that to continue on, going to the neighbors. Especially now that we're still climbing quite high, actually. What are we not getting here? Plastics. Well, that's largely because they don't appear to be importing it, which they should. Maybe another biomass pellet. What does this produce? Paper? Whereas the others produce timber. So how much do we have here? Okay. So that's producing plain timber. For some reason, we do not have enough of that, even though we've got this whole thing here. Maybe I can set this to empty. I'm still pretty upset that the storage doesn't seem to actually just hang on to it for your own industry. I don't understand the idea behind that, why they would think that that's the way to go. Okay, well, that's not going to fit. Can do another sawmill, I guess. And this fits, though. Alternatively, just do another... Oh, wait a minute. I tried this, though, right? That's what I had there in the first place. Alright, I'll put it here anyway. I'll put it here. We'll just see what happens with the... you know what, though? To make it line up with that intersection... Oh, no, it's not going to. Okay, well, that's where you are. That's where you are. And trucks, I guess, will just have to squeeze in between that and the railing to be able to get into there. So hopefully we'll be able to process quite a bit of stuff here. Yeah, okay, so now that that's gone, I want to put in the waste processor again. And the best way to do that, not waste processor, the waste collector. Transfer facility. Got another fire somewhere. Yes, I can put it. Well, that would be... I mean, what else am I going to put here? It's pretty much like the ultimate services area. Putting it right next to the fire department and the police station. The local police station. This is where all the bad cops get transferred to be the industrial cops. But it does work. Okay, back to this real quick. Let's get a road out here. And we will see just how far we can actually take this. Yeah. See, this one would probably be a little bit better, but I think that slope is severe enough that we're going to get this ridge anyway. I think maybe I will have this curve towards the center here where it will meet. We can have that connect up to it. Okay. So that'll be the future here. We'll maybe I'll level this out preemptively. I guess fields will fall off just fine. They seem to be okay here. They follow the line, so that might look okay. And yeah. Yeah. Building on hills, terrible. And then yeah, so we definitely need more forestry stuff. I could easily put a small little forestry blip out there, maybe along the back side of this, whatever this is going to be, the zoo. Or the airport. See, now the airport would make okay sense out here, I guess. We have a long approach and all that. Kind of in the valley. Not sure that's a great idea, especially not when we got tornadoes coming this way, but this would be sort of central when they come in here, that they could then, you know, drive to center of town. Because otherwise, they're going to be way out here and going to have to really drive, which is where we're going to be doing another interchange. Yeah, goddamn. Brain fart. Okay, but it works. It works so far. What doesn't work so far is that we are hemorrhaging money yet again. And I'm still not sure why we are so unable to get these goods. Make sure there's enough industrial area to produce goods for the commercial buildings. Okay, but I mean, I get it. I understand, you know, what it's screaming about, but what I don't understand is why it was fine before. I guess we'll see how these develop. Let's see, this is where this is. Maybe a little bit of an ugly duckling. Now we'll have to see what terrible things it's going to do to the landscaping here. This thing, I mean, what is it doing here? You're never gonna get a truck up there. This is hell. This really is. It would have been better just to flatten out a whole area. But if I do decide to go with still larger industrial buildings, specifically the really big ones, like, I don't know, this lemonade factory, I do plan to take out a cross piece, and so thereby it may flatten an area. You know what, let's just do it right now. However, if I did it here, yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wrong idea. Wrong idea. Really? Are you gonna really just... Nope. Nope. About in the middle, huh? It's still gonna... Oh man, what a... Well, I mean, at least it takes it out and makes some sense, you know? It visually it looks awful, but it still makes some sense. Not that. Not that either. And then I can at least put a... Yeah, that's pretty awful looking. And put some kind of big fence line along here. That's just like they excavated so much of the land just to put down a gigantic lemonade factory. Which is still way too big. It's absolutely way too big. You know. Jorbs and all that. How many? It's only got 46 job places anyway, as opposed to 61 in the toy factory. I mean, I guess, you know, maybe the toy assembly line requires more input or something. I don't know, but it just seems outlandish. I mean, you know, nothing in this game makes sense anyway, as far as that goes. Clothing factory. Yeah, it's going to do the same thing. Dig a pit. Dig a pit, put down a factory. How would trucks even get back here? We can't have this. So, it can be big-ish, but not big like this. Is the problem. But this will be a one-off. We obviously won't do this ever again to excavate for a gigantic factory. Especially not when you only get 40 employees. Because really, like, you know, this looks neat and all, but it's not good. Because for 46 people, the amount of jobs you can get in a 2x2 block area, like, you know, this job alone has 12 workers, 16. I'm willing to bet we could, you know, we'd fit more in just one block, let alone 2 of these blocks. So maybe I should just get rid of this. Like, if my goal is to eat up jobs, then yeah, I should just get rid of that, because it doesn't make any damn sense what I'm doing otherwise. I'm really shorting myself with potential there otherwise. Let's fill this one in, though. I'm curious to see what we can get to develop here, and where that's going to create this broken line. Just from a game design standpoint, why would you do this? This takes so much real estate for so little return. And I guess maybe once it's actually producing lemonade, maybe, you know, we'd get more money than we would out of whatever taxes are being produced by this building. So, I mean, when you think about it, this is a state-run building, because we're getting direct profits, whereas these, we're just assuming we're getting tax revenue. So these are state-run industries, whereas these are all private industries. And the majority of industry here appears to be state-run industry. How appropriate, right? Industrial socialism in a map that I'm very, very loosely being inspired by Monopoly. Okay, one last thing before we go here. I mean, you know, as far as that, we're effectively just making more East India trading companies, so that's fine. It's going to go under a... Yep. Okay. Well, I was going to start connecting up those roads. Maybe I'll do that off camera so I can spend some time just moving those legs over. And we'll just continue on from there. We're definitely going to need just more generic industries, though, to produce generic goods that these things need. Yeah, okay, that's where we're at. Check the traffic now that we've let it run and let people sort through. It's still doable. In fact, it's actually increasing. We are seeing a marginal rise in noise pollution, and that coming from, looks like, the church. This as well, but mostly the church. Oh God, yes. And before we go, I've been meaning to put this damn thing in for a while, ever since I put this thing down here. I want you. So now, center of the city, you get that. And we get some tourism down here. Right here. In fact, maybe what I should do is I should... you know what? Let me pause real quick. It's not going to matter if I pause, but... this. If I do just a little bit... Okay, well, I don't want it that big. So I would have to effectively delete that road. But my goal here is to create crosswalks so they can cross over. This isn't going to work anyway, because what I'm thinking is going to happen here is when I put the tram and trolley line in, I was thinking of using this one. Okay, these are different. This is the tram line and this is the trolley line. So, you know, I would use this to also go around the edge along these avenues, and therefore it would eat into what's in the center anyway, which means it would kill these crosswalks. Now, does this have a crosswalk somewhere? I don't know that it does. One of these does, though. Well, it's not this mod, but there is a mod that actually lets you do that. Like, you can change the road markings, you can add in intersections and crosswalks and all sorts of fun stuff like that. This is only slightly better, so I probably will end up deleting this road and then putting in a very small section for the crosswalk here, because that's still, you know, I'd like it to be relatively right there. Otherwise, they'll just cross anywhere. What are you guys standing around for? Just going to work. Okay. Well, you know, I want the hubs and to make an actual robust, and I thought I said no vehicles on the boardwalk. I'd like to have a robust transport system, so, you know, obviously they're coming out here to going under the metro, but I'd also like them to be able to hit a bus stop, and the whole bus route setting up thing is its own deal. I just don't know where I should focus my attention in that regard. Probably just set up one system at a time, I would imagine. Like, get all the metro lines done. You know, obviously the train would be the biggest circle first. Then, you know, you've got the longest distances with the fewest stops, and then they'd end up in a place where you'd then get off and they would be able to take something else, like, for example, this cable car or a bus line or something like that. So, like, when we build whatever here, the zoo, I guess, I'd build probably a bus line here to a bus line in the zoo, and just stuff like that. Like, that's what I need to figure out, is the interconnectedness of the lines. Like, for example, if I'm going to put the airport here, do I want it to connect to a train line? In which case I'd have to rejigger this thing, or I could just have, because I'm planning on extending this road to come to here, so then I guess I would just hook up the airport into that so that they could come here and then get to train line there. That seems very cumbersome. So maybe I'd have a stop here for a train line. I don't know. The public transport stuff is something that I have rarely, if ever, touched in any city building game, especially City Skylines. So figuring out the hierarchy and the actual routes and everything, it's completely new territory for me. And there's still a lot of other things that I'd kind of like to work on. Oh, good. This just barely covers in here. Let's maybe extend that a little bit. You know, for example, I'd like to kind of change this. We have fewer intersections, although these ones don't seem to be causing much of a problem anymore. Maybe I'll just kind of work on getting my road system off camera first. We'll fill in these things to try and get some more industrial going. Decide if I want to do some more of these bigger industries. Maybe yes, no, I don't know. lots of little things, but I do kind of want to come back and... Oh, what the hell? It burned it down. Okay, so that's another thing I need to add. So what I was actually thinking of doing... God, this is going on forever. What I was actually thinking of doing was attaching a road here. We have other entrances that I can do. I want to do a side entrance, this thing. Do a side entrance here with just a road that goes down to this, so I can put down the jet ski, whatever, marina industry thing. So I'll put an actual fire, although this, never mind. They can't drive on these paths. This is all helicopter that has to get up here. Okay, well... Because I thought about that before, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Alright. Anyway, it's definitely time to... What the frick are you guys doing? Definitely time to end this one here. I will see you next time.